Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of our podcast. Catherine, how was your week?
My week was busy. I feel like I just haven't gotten much downtime. Because it's just like work, and then I've been doing some overtime just to make the extra moolah. And then after that, it's like spin class. By the time you get back from spin class, it's like 7. Then you still have to make dinner, clean up, do all this stuff. So it's just like the days are just flying by. And I don't know what's happening.
Isn't it weird that I actually talked to I hung out with Viola today. It doesn't really, it feels like summer, but not really. It's like a weird, it's not hot enough.
It's just getting hot now in the end of July.
Which is kind of weird.
And it's weird ever since, once you get out of... Our phones are going. Yeah. Once you get out of elementary school and you don't get that, actual summer break. I guess you're a teacher, so you kind of get it.
Yeah. That's true.
Never mind.
Sucks for you.
But, once you work, when you're not a teacher, you don't get that summer break. It was, a few months off, so there's no, division of the time.
Okay, I have a question, though. Because when summer comes around, I think generally people's spirits are higher, right? People are more happy, joyful compared to, the winter blues.
Yes.
So even though you guys don't get summer off, it does feel different, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because actually, at least say that, I was I literally have had summer break off for my whole life because I was at school and then went straight into working at a school.
That's true.
It's kind of weird.
Lucky. Anyways, how was your week?
I want to talk about my last couple of weeks because it's been a little crazy. So last time we recorded this was literally right when I moved back, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's been crazy because I've been to 3 weddings in the last week. Mm-hmm. And funny enough, 2 of those weddings were in Vancouver. So I literally left for a week and I went back to Vancouver. And my friends were like, did you move? I'm like, I did, but I'm back. But it was super fun. It was one of them was one of my colleagues' weddings. And where all my school colleagues kind of went. It was kind of we call it our after party. That was really fun. And the day after was my church friends. So it was really nice just to see everybody and party together and be all dressed up, which is kind of nice. Mm-hmm. But it was so tiring. So I literally had the wedding on a Monday, came back Tuesday night, the last ferry, and then was here Wednesday, Thursday, and then left again on Friday, where we went out to Kelowna for my other colleague's wedding. And then we came back Sunday night, and then on Monday, I slept for 12 hours.
I remember I texted you. I think I texted you at what was it? It was in the morning.
It wasn't even that early,
and he didn't answer until in the afternoon. I was like, he's probably sleeping.
It was the weirdest feeling because I had told Christina that we were maybe hang out, and then she said, "Okay, just let me know when you're awake." And so she texted me at 10, saying, "Oh, I'm awake, and Sherry's awake as well." And then she texted me at 12 again, being like, "Oh, you want to come over at a nap? You could totally hang out with us." And then I texted her at 12:31. I just woke up.
You want to come over a nap? He's still sleeping.
So I was just like, "No, I'm not gonna hang out." But I think I was just so exhausted, and it was a long couple of weeks, and I still feel tired. And I mean, I'm still doing stuff. I guess it's just not work stuff.
It's hard to catch up on sleep. Even if you sleep for 12 hours straight, you still don't feel refreshed.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It takes a while.
I agree. So that's been my last couple of weeks, just weddings.
It's wedding season.
It's wedding season. Pretty crazy.
Uh-huh.
So we went on a little trip together. This is our first. I think this is our first road trip together.
Actually?
Yeah, I think every other trip we were always with other people.
Right. How did this come about? I think
it was literally on the podcast. I think you go back to 2 episodes ago. It was literally oh yeah, I'm going to Kelowna or something. You're like, oh, I had that weekend off.
Was it during a pod? I thought we were just talking.
I think I manifested on the pod, which is kind of funny.
That was quite the coincidence.
Yeah. So we left Friday morning, and we drove up to Kelowna, and we actually stopped a couple of places. Where did we go?
What did we do? We took the 7. Ferry.
7 a.m.
Had breakfast in Langley.
Went to Egg Bomb? Egg Bomb.
Egg Bomb, yeah, that was delicious.
Shout out, it was delicious. But go there, you are on the mainland.
And then where did we go after that? We drove straight to the Othello.
No, we went to the Tulip Festival. But then we were kind of, I think we knew that it was like dead or closed, but we wanted to check anyways.
Yeah.
And then we went to Othello Tunnels, but that was closed.
Everything's closed.
But it looks really beautiful, so next time.
And then what? I think we just drove straight to Merritt from there.
We're like a little, we went to Starbucks, and it was like bumping. I think this is probably the only one in Merritt.
I think so.
And then like it was so busy that it took so long for our drinks to come out. You know, so this is a little longer than I'm used to. And then Catherine and I both got like double our treats.
So what happened was we ordered on our phones. Oh no, we went up to the till and paid with our phones. And so the girl at the till gave us our like desserts right away. We were like, oh, we got our desserts. That's fine. And we went and like waited for our drinks. Mm-hmm. And as we were waiting, like I hear my name called and I was like, oh, maybe it's another Catherine. Whatever, just leave it. And then I guess you heard your name called again.
Josh, your lemon loaf.
And so you were actually like, wait. What are the odds that another Josh also got a lemon loaf?
So then I think I went up to get my drink, and then I saw that like on the drink it said 1 out of 2, and on the lemon loaf it was 2 out of 2, and I was like, I think this is mine. So then like we leave, and I'm like, Catherine, I got like a second lemon loaf, and she's like, wait, should I go back?
Was that mine?
And I was like, you should go back in. She went in and got her second brownie.
We got double the treat.
And I think what happened was like the person that served us first, she didn't take the sticker that they usually use. She just gave us a treat. But then someone else came into work and saw the sticker and started like giving them out.
So it worked in our favor.
Yeah. But then we left the second lemon loaf in the car, and it got like rock hard.
I was like, oh, lemon loaf, and it was rock hard. It was sad.
No,
that's okay. It was free.
But yeah, it was fun. We got in around what, 6?
Maybe a little earlier than that.
Like 5 or 6.
Remember, yeah.
Because we basically went in and like got dinner, but we heard Kelowna. This is no offense. What
did we eat for dinner? Did we have dinner?
Yeah, we did.
What did we eat?
We were beside Tim Hortons. We had tacos.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah. But this is no offense to Kelowna, but like we got in. And I was just very confused with the vibe. I was very confused with the aesthetic.
It was weird because as you drive in, you're like downtown, but then there's this giant lake and like a beach and just like boats and stuff everywhere. So you're like downtown, but it's super bumping because that's, I guess, where all the, what would you call them, pubs? Mm-hmm. Pubs and stuff are. But it's like nature-y at the same time.
It was a weird,
classy because of the wineries.
It was a weird combination of like Victoria chill and Vancouver hustle. Mm-hmm. And like, so you would just like, Catherine and I, we had to wait for our table, so we just like walked down like close towards the boardwalk. I actually walked there the next day with my friend, but next towards the boardwalk, and then like you just look at the people and you're like, what are you, who are you, why are you guys all wearing such different things?
It's weird.
It was very weird.
I ended up really liking it though. I do want to go back.
Yeah. We had tacos, and then we split for the night. I stayed with one of my ex-colleagues, sorry, and then you stayed at a hostel, and then the next day I went to my friend's wedding, and it was like so beautiful. It was at a like winery vineyard place. It was like so gorgeous. Like one side is just complete water, and then the other side is just mountains. It was so gorgeous. Congratulations, Adriel and Julia. Also, Adriel, I texted you this today, but my friend, my colleague's mom, Adriel's mom, followed us on our podcast Instagram, and she liked one of our like things, and I'm like, Adriel, you haven't even done that yourself.
Oh, that hurts.
And he's like, yeah, actually, she'll probably actually listen to it and won't procrastinate like me. And I said, should your mom and I be friends?
I think you and her mom are besties now.
I think we're besties now.
Sorry, Adriel.
But that was really fun. And it was a very intimate wedding, which I'm not used to. Like, I'm used to like 200, 300 people in like a banquet hall, like huge. But this one was like very small, very intimate. I thought I really liked it, actually. It was really like personal, I felt, and like the couple had time to like thank everybody, which is really, really cool. And then what did you get up to again?
I literally spent the whole day at the beach. I laid on the beach and read, and people watched, and it was hot. It was nice, though. I went into the water, and the water was actually, like, warm, unlike here.
It's like freezing.
Even in the summer, it's freezing. Mm-hmm. The mic was away from my face.
It was like, we were talking about how it was like 30-something degrees, but it wasn't even that hot.
Well, because people were saying, yeah, it's hot, but it's that dry heat, so you don't sweat as much. That's nice. Here, I'm a sweaty mess.
Yeah, honestly, I go for a walk. I'm like, I'm sweat. Ow. But yeah, I feel like on Sunday, basically we like got up, we met up with Sierra. Hi, Sierra, and then we just left. So I feel like you said, like I do want to go back. We never really had a chance to like
do all the classic Kelowna things. Like we went to a winery. We just like took pictures.
Mission Hill. If you watch our podcast, we felt so out of place.
No. Okay. So I just happened to pick it because I was like, okay, this looks nice and like it's a nice place for pictures. And I was like, oh, Josh, maybe we can have dinner there since we're there. And when we're there, I go up to the, what are they, waiters, hostesses, whatever. And I was like, hey, so how does it work for dinner? And he's like, oh, here's a menu. It's $150 per person. Take a look. And I was like, I'll think about it. And then we walked away and we're like, nope.
Can't afford this.
Can't afford that.
With her secretary wage and my unemployed wage.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. Oh, wait. Should we tell them what we thought it was?
Okay. So this was like when we first got in, we were driving and we look up and it's like right on top of this hill. It's this giant like tower.
Yeah.
So what did you think it was?
I thought it was like some religious like
a church?
Sanctuary or chapel or like whatever. Yeah.
So Josh was like, yeah, maybe that's a church. And I was like, I think it's a jail. And so we didn't actually know it was this winery. So as we're driving, I'm like, wait, I think this is the winery we're going to.
And I'm like, no way.
As we get up there, we're like, oh man, it is.
We get in and they're like, oh, so like, why are you here? And we're like, to look around.
Oh, it was nice though.
It was really nice.
Like I would save up and have dinner there. Would you?
I think I would too. I think I just wasn't ready for it.
No, we weren't.
We weren't prepared. We weren't
prepared to spend that much on dinner.
But it was quite busy. We took some nice photos. So actually, we took some nice photos on the way out to a couple places. So look at our Instagram. Just check that out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like it was like a very short trip, but I thought it was pretty fun.
We packed a lot of stuff into that Friday.
We did.
A lot. It was just like, bam.
But then Sunday, we just like drove straight back into Richmond and had good food.
Yeah, because we just wanted bubble tea and Asian
I was
food.
literally just like driving, and then like 3 hours in, I'm like, I can't wait for both. Catherine's like, of course you're thinking about that.
Oh, it was good. And then I remember when I got back, I was telling my coworkers about it, and they were like, oh, did you go to the kangaroo farm? And I was like, there's a kangaroo farm?
I didn't say anything online.
Ugh, man, there's so much we need to do. Mm-hmm.
My colleague was saying there's like a lot of hikes and like different like very accessible hikes around the area, and then like there's that place you were mentioning, River something.
River.
No, I don't remember.
Nope.
Nope. Done.
I want to do winery tour, go on a boat, pet some kangaroos.
Yeah.
Go on a hike.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot to do there, and we literally didn't see anything. Apparently, I want to go see the kangaroos.
We did hold little baby chicks. Remember at the market?
Yeah, we had
$2 to hold a little baby chick.
Yes, I put one to sleep.
You did.
I think I'm
Sasha.
What was the other one?
I remember Sierra was like, he looks like Tiger's something. What was that? Ice cream? Tiger's Stripe?
Ice cream?
Tiger Stripe ice cream?
We didn't eat him. Just reminded us of ice cream. Mm-hmm. Oh, on our way back, we witnessed a good old driver just tailgating somebody.
Mm. Oh, man. What were we doing? We were going down this super windy road, and there was like an SUV. 2 cars in front of us
mm-hmm.
going slow for, I don't know, whatever reason.
Yeah.
And there was like a black sedan right in front of us just absolutely tailgating this car. And the driver of the SUV just got pissed off. Mm-hmm. Remember he like stuck his hand out and was doing like, he was like...
Yeah, he was just like, stop or whatever. And then like, I mean, I guess the preference to this situation was like, we were like going to these windy things like at full speed. Like people behind me weren't slowing down and the captain, hold on. Because we had to just... And then I'm guessing, I mean, he did a safe thing to do, which is slow it down. But like the guy was so pissed off. He like, we saw him like take out his phone.
Yeah,
and,
he was taking out, the SUV driver was taking out his phone, trying to record the sedan tailgating him. And I was like, that's sketch.
That's really sketch and illegal.
That's sketch. I was like, Josh, keep your distance. We don't want to get involved.
It was really like those two together and us like socially distanced. Like it was like I was like, okay, you boys do your thing, and we're just gonna chill back here because I don't want to deal with it.
Out, like settle
down. And then eventually, the sedan passed him. I think. Right?
Yeah, because there was like a passing lane eventually.
There's one thing I was quite disappointed in though on the way back. It was beautiful scenery, but we didn't see any animals.
Yeah, okay. There were all these signs saying like, "Oh,
caution,
the
deer.
sheep, the bighorn sheep,
bighorn sheep,
and
moose." We say it at the same time. I was just like, Captain, look out while I'm like driving and trying to find these animals.
Nothing. Like I didn't really know. I was looking like up, like way up. I was like, are they going to be way up there? Are they going to be like on the road? Like where do I look?
I was quite disappointed. Excuse me, your neck was sore?
My neck got sore. I was like this.
I was like, Catherine, my lower back hurts. I'm so old. Catherine's like, my neck was sore for looking for animals.
Oh, we did see a marmot. I don't know if it was real or not.
We still don't know to this day.
It was really weird. It looked kind of fake. I don't know. It was on a rock. I don't know if they had marmots there.
But yeah, lack of animals. Sad.
It's disappointing.
Honestly. Not fair. But yeah, I would totally go back. I think Catherine and I were saying how like the drive up was quite beautiful. Honestly, like super nice, giant green fields, hills, and we just see some of like the damage from the fires last year, which is kind of sad. But we pretty much I think I would want to go to Othello Tunnels again if it's open. But other than that, I don't feel like I would drive up again.
Yeah. Save you 5 hours and just fly.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good flights out there. So
I saw some for under $100.
There you go. There you go. But apparently, Kelowna sucks in the winter, so don't go there in the winter. It was really good in the summer.
It's just really cold.
Yeah. So today's episode is brought to you by McDonald's. No, we wish. But McDonald's, if you would like to, Catherine and I are big fans. We literally dream about nuggets and stuff all the time.
Can we harmonize the theme song real quick? Okay, ready? Ready?
What's your key?
What?
What's the key of your day?
The normal key? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We swear we're in a choir. Just we're shy. But please, anything. We'll take hot picks with the nuggets if you really need us to. But yeah, so you might hear us like talking with some stuff in our mouth. We're sorry. We're just trying to eat these good nuggets and fries. Hey everyone. We hope you've been enjoying our episode so far and have been having an amazing summer. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and make sure to comment on our videos, trailers, and photos and let us know what you think. If you've been enjoying our podcast, share with some friends and spread the word. If you'd like to also follow me and Catherine on our own personal Instagrams, you can follow me at JMKPoon and Catherine at Catherine Lava. Well, yeah.
So delicious.
Today's podcast episode, we're thinking about just talking about vacations and like trips and like maybe some of our favorite ones we've been on and maybe things that we want to go to, because I definitely have like a bucket list of like places I want to go to. So let's just start with like some of our favorite trips we grew up with.
Ooh. I think one of the more memorable ones when I went to the Philippines when I was like 10. That was, we went for like a month, and it was such like a culture shock.
I think we talked about this a little bit.
Probably, because you come from here, which is quite like, urbanized, and you go, I guess, it depends on where in the Philippines, but like with my family where we were, it was quite still like poor. So to go from here to there, it was like, oh, geez. It was still fun though, experiencing the whole thing. Like, what was it? They didn't have any like running toilets. So to like flush, you had to like dump water. Have you had to do that? And they didn't have running hot water. It was just cold. So if you wanted to take a shower, you had to boil it. Yeah. He knows. Yeah. He knows. And yeah, all the houses were like concrete. And they had the windows, like not like ours where they're just like closed glass. They had just like the ones that, the slats. Yeah. You just kind of like go up and down. It was very different. It was fun though.
Would you go back?
Maybe. Yes.
Would you just go back with family maybe, or?
I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun with friends. Like family is nice, but you don't really do a bunch of stuff that I like.
That's fair. I guess on a similar note, Hong Kong's the place I went to, and very fond memories of, like as a kid. I went there, I think once when I was like 8, 10. It was for like church people's weddings, so they had to come to our church for the university, and then they moved back to Hong Kong and invited our parents.
You went all the way to Hong Kong for a wedding?
I know, they paid for it.
Oh, okay.
I know. Yeah. Which is like, when I think about it, I mean, that's really like, that's how much I cared about my parents being there, right?
Yeah.
So that actually was really sweet, I think about it. But I went again in 2018. So like literally like 15 years after or something. But I just remember it wasn't really much of a culture shock. It was kind of more like it was very different from Canada. It was very ahead of its time. It had, like we had compass cars. They had that like way when I was a kid.
Hong Kong is quite urbanized, isn't it?
Yeah, quite urbanized. And it's like totally bilingual now, like Chinese and English. So if you like actually moved to Hong Kong, you'd be fine. You wouldn't need any Chinese. No. But it was like, I remember as a kid, like being so mesmerized by it. I think it's called the like octopus card, I think. So you would get a card, you would put money on it. You can use it to pay for your train or buy things from the vending machines. Like it was literally all on the card. Yeah. I remember coming here and being like,
we're so behind.
Come on. What? That's so easy.
We're so behind.
As a kid, not knowing anything about technology.
We don't even have cards here.
No, we just have credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vancouver has compass cards.
Yeah. That's it. But that's all you can use it for?
Yes.
Yeah, but like Hong Kong is like, you can use that card for like a lot of things. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And I remember just like as a kid, just loving the food. Like the city vibe is very different. Like it's very, I just felt kind of like, I was able to explore my culture a little more compared to like Victoria. And then when I went back in 2018, what was really cool was that like we stayed at the same place we stayed at when I was a kid. So like this is my friend's parents' place. And what was crazy is that from the train station, I remembered how to get to the place. So I'm like, oh yeah, we just walked through this, and we walked through this little park, and then we're there. And my parents are like, what? And I was like, it was just like maybe muscle memory, but that I was like, I just remember like in my head, although I can't see in my head, I still remembered how to get there, which is really cool.
Did it feel different 15 years later?
It's definitely more modernized. Like, I remember when I was younger, I think it was less so. So it was more like more street food, more not as modern buildings, all those things. So now it's a little more hip. More hip. But like, I think one thing I really missed about Hong Kong was when I was a kid, they used to do a lot of Christmas lights, and like one of my favorite things that I got from one of like the uncle and aunties was we would like walk around this little town, and then they sold like lights, like little like ball lights, little like Christmas light things. It was so cute, and I loved that that little light I had, although it's like dead now. Rest in peace. But like, there's not the Christmas light. Is kind of not really there anymore. Like,
that's
I know,
disappointing.
it's really sad. I think it's definitely more like hustle, and like whatever now. So that's definitely something that I miss as a kid. Like what I remember Hong Kong being. Mm-hmm. But even being back there, I just like remember like certain stations, certain little cities, little towns, like that I grew up going to a lot. Mm-hmm. And then of course my mom, my dad see all their friends. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so much bigger. Eat more. You're growing. I'm like, growing one way, not taller anymore.
Growing this way, wider, not taller.
So I would say that's probably like I want to go back to Hong Kong as many times as I can, like before I get too old, which I'm saying at the prime age of what, 27. Yeah, so
before I get too old.
Yeah, so that's saying those are probably one of my most fond memories.
Yeah, Korea is really fun for me too. I went with Rosanna. You saw Rosanna in our podcast. We went for a week and a half.
Was it that short?
It was short, yeah. It wasn't even 2 weeks.
It was pretty spontaneous too, right? It wasn't, or was it actually planned? I remember this being so quick.
It was partially planned. Like, Rosanna had a friend from Korea kind of help us plan it out too, because he knew like where the good spots were, and he also booked us flights from Korea to Jeju Island. So you need flights to go there. Yeah, that was super fun. We stayed in a hostel, and we actually ended up like staying with a whole bunch of people our age. So we all just like clicked and just hung out the whole time.
Oh wait, so those people weren't people that you went with?
No,
you just met. Oh, that's
so
cool.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Like, and we just like adventured around and ate food. I didn't really eat a whole lot of food because Korean food is really spicy. I basically lived off 7-Eleven.
Which apparently is really nice.
It's delicious. In Asia, 7-Eleven is fantastic. There's also a lot of soju. Yeah, the 7-Eleven's there, which is amazing. Yeah, we went to Seoul and Busan and Jeju. Yeah, it was good.
At that when you guys went, I actually didn't really have any I didn't really care much about going to Korea. But then when I started watching K-dramas, which started last year, I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I would probably want to go to Korea at least once, like just to see the K-drama life, like the cities and
see
stuff.
All the oppas.
The oppas. And what are they called? The girl versions.
Unis? No, that's Ant. I don't know what the girl version is actually.
Anyways, everyone. I just want to see all the pretty people.
Oh, and get dressed up in their garb.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Catherine and I were saying, like, if we ever went to, like, a place together, we would have to do those, like, traditional, like, things to wear and, like, take pictures and stuff. But I'm definitely a big fan of soju, so I think it'll be very fitting.
Gosh. And
it's very cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Very cheap.
It is cheap.
And just the food, I started to, like, try more Korean food and stuff, so I think that would be really nice to try. But, yeah.
The one thing I found with Korea is that it's not super English friendly.
Yeah.
So
that's what I've heard.
We just happened to meet someone at the hostel who spoke Korean, so that really helped. Like, thank goodness we met them. So they could help us, like, get around and order at a restaurant. I'm sure you can, like, point and stuff, but being able to speak really helps when you're ordering food.
I wonder if, like, because BTS is becoming such a huge thing, I wonder how much that will influence Korea to have more English around, because I feel like they know they have way more of an international fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like things might change.
I wonder if we went now, if it'd be, like, way more English friendly.
Also, this is another thing. K-drama and K-pop became so popular so quick in the last couple of years. And I remember when I was in high school, I listened to like some K-pop, like 2NE1 and Big Bang and stuff, and people were like, "Oh, K-pop, that sucks." And now it's like, and same with anime. But so now it's like everyone loves it. Like everyone loves these K-dramas. You see it all over TikTok and Instagram. I'm like, this is so weird,
guys. I was here way before y'all.
I was an OG fan and I stopped, and now everyone's just like, "Oh my, you're so late on the train."
I don't remember any K-pop at all in high school.
Yeah,
I feel
because
like it's
no one
only in
talked
the
about
past few years.
Yeah,
where it's gotten just like crazy popular.
I learned it from Daniel because Daniel was really into K-pop, and he would learn the dancers. So we learned the dances. I know some of the dances, but like back then it was a lot about learning the dances. I think now I don't know. I think probably now still. I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah, but man, it was people made fun of me because of that.
I know some Sistar dances. I used to, at least.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how much I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the one thing I remember when I went to Korea, there's this one really big shopping area called Myeongdong, and they have all these like those cute little Korean makeup stores and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went in and I was like, oh, I want to find one of those like foundation cushion things. So I'm going in, and every shade is just so light.
Oh, yeah.
I could not find one to match me, and it's funny because you'll go around and you'll see the girls. They've got like these super like pale faces, but then you look at their like hands and stuff, and they're like super dark. And it's like, oh, there's no way I was finding makeup there.
That's so interesting.
Everything was really cute though. I just remember like because it was really hot and humid there, like humid, just like ducking into stores. You were just like jumping from stores or just to get AC.
Yeah. Yep.
And like all the people will stand outside with their little like samples. Like, hi, hello, you want a sample? I'm like, no, I just want AC. Excuse me.
Thanks for the sample.
Bye.
Oh, the AC life.
Yeah.
I definitely want to like. I guess we're kind of mashing the topics, but anyways, go to different places in Asia. Like I think like Japan for sure, Korea, Singapore, Malaysia. I don't know, a whole bunch of Taiwan, which I'm hoping to go to soon.
Thailand.
Yeah, so many places.
Oh, it's just literally everywhere.
It's just so different. So different.
I feel like a lot of my motives for traveling is food as well. Just eat your way through Asia.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like scary though, because I know that when I go to that place, my level or my what's it called?
Expectation.
My base knowledge of the food will change because now I know like what it's supposed to taste like. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm like a noob. I'm like, I love this Korean barbecue; it's so good, or like whatever. But then when I go to Korea and actually have some of the food there, I think it'll just kind of change everything.
Yeah. There's actually, in comparison, like Chosun in Vancouver is comparable to stuff in Korea.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. There's only like, I guess, so much you can do with Korean barbecue, I guess.
That's true.
Unless you upgrade the meat.
Maybe the authentic dishes and stuff, that's different?
Yeah. They did have like, I don't know what their leaves are called that they eat there that you eat with the meat. Those green leaves. Okay. They had those, and I've never seen that here at Korean barbecue.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's like different little like niche things.
I know that like they have a lot of side dishes and stuff too, like in Korea. Mm-hmm. Which I know they have a lot in some places, but not in all of them. Mm-hmm. But I definitely want to travel more of Asia, and I think ever since I went to Guatemala in 2020, which is weird to say because that's right before pandemic, it really made me just go like, I've always loved culture. Like I've always loved learning about cultures and seeing culture, but I just never had the financial stability or financial whatever to go. And so that was one of the things I told my parents. Like one thing I hope to do is like as I get older is just travel more. Not just to like go and have fun, but to like fries. No, sorry, she dropped the fry. Ew. Would you like a napkin?
Yeah.
But just to like culture myself, and I feel like that would help me as a person, and just be more aware of like, for example, in Guatemala, we saw a lot of the poverty and stuff, and just be more mindful of that. It definitely made me less materialistic when I came back.
You appreciate what you have when you come back.
I know, yeah, exactly. Yeah. One trip that just came to mind that was quite memorable was, this is kind of salty for Catherine though, but we went to Cuba in high school.
I'm still salty. I forgot about that. Now I'm salty again.
Background story is when I was in grade 10? You in grade 11. Because you went to Hawaii in grade 12, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Our band was going to go to Cuba. And so at this point, my parents actually when I first asked them, they said no, which is like fair because it's quite expensive. But I think I was able to fundraise some money and like help a little bit, so they allowed me to go. But our teacher let me go super last minute. I'm like sure it was like way past the deadline, and like Catherine and Mel, you listen to this. I'm sorry, this triggers you too, but like they asked at the same time, and he said no.
I don't know why. Was it because we had just joined band?
I don't know. You joined earlier than that.
I don't know if I was in band in grade 10.
Were you in grade 11? This is grade 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in band in grade 11, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have an answer? I'm not going to say your name. I'm not going to put you out there, but...
What's the reason?
What's the reason? I think also it might have been like the numbers. Like adding 2 more people, room, and whatever, bus and whatever.
I was thinking. Anyway. And we also didn't get to go on our planned Seattle trip with our 2 grades. I was so excited for that one.
That would have been the best trip. A gong show.
Yeah.
But there was a strike that happened during that year, and there's excuses. You just didn't want to plan it. But we were all so pissed off.
So just all left. Can you imagine?
We all just quit the program.
If we like secretly planned it and all just left and didn't show up to band.
I feel like that'd be not good. But what was more frustrating was that other schools went on their trips.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, clearly it wasn't just the district.
It was like that when I went to Hawaii too. Like we had things planned and some of them just didn't happen because we think the teacher was just lazy. We were supposed to hike up Diamond Head one day. And he was like, oh no, the weather's too bad, it's raining. And we go outside, it's just like kind of cloudy. We're just like, really? Really?
Really?
You just don't want to go on a hike?
Yeah. But I think what was sad is that because that was our like last year together. And we were like so excited.
Because our grades were really close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were so close. Like it was like them graduating was really hard for us.
That's so sad.
I remember that. Actually,
that's sad to think
about. Remember? Don't think about it. It's been years. It's literally it's been 10 years.
I'm old.
That's so weird. Gross. But I remember it was like I actually could have graduated with you guys, but I decided to stay behind because I knew that Christina would hate me.
Your friends would have been so mad at you.
They would have been so mad at me.
Like, how dare you leave?
I mean, I kind of went to university in grade 12 anyway, so
yeah,
didn't get in until last minute anyways. But whatever. But yeah, that was like Cuba was a fun trip because I think it was the first. Like when I went to Hong Kong, I think I was quite young and I was with my parents, so like in a way I was kind of like I don't know. Sheltered or blinded. I didn't really see much of the poverty. I remember seeing like some things and being like, "Oh, that's really sad." But I guess because I was older, I was able to understand the idea of poverty more. And Cuba really showed me that when we went to like the orphanages and all those things, and seeing like kids beg for money, and like that was the first kind of like cultural eye-opening experience for me as a person. And then ever since then, that kind of helped me just be more open to other things. Yeah, it was fun. It was I probably could say this because I mean I'm an adult now. I don't think what we like as a teacher.
Like, what are you gonna say?
As a teacher, the things that we did on that trip were probably not okay.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to talk about those on the pod.
We're not gonna talk about this in detail, but
let's not.
It's a little sus.
Yeah. I think it's good I didn't go.
Anyways, sorry to tease it, but
a little teaser.
Yeah. Oh, I know a trip that we almost hit my face with the mic. That we both enjoyed. I just had a Snapchat memory of it today.
Oh, Tofino.
Oh,
that was really.
That was
fun.
5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago. Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Oh, actually, we talked about this a little bit with Samin last time.
Yes.
But we went to Tofino 5 years ago as our church fellowship.
That was also really fun because I feel like at that point we were like the closest.
We were the closest
that group has ever been.
We were old enough. We were adults at that point.
Adults.
Adults. I mean, we had a full license.
That's true. People drove.
We planned meals. Me, you, and Christina planned the meals.
We fed how many people?
Too many.
A lot.
Yeah, we were like, it was, I think, the first for me anyways, like adulting trip that we actually did everything ourselves. But it was
fun.
one of the most. It was only like 3 days or something, 4 days.
4, yeah.
Okay, and it was like, but it was so fun and so like I felt like I got so much closer to everybody, and just like I wanted to go back to Tofino because of that, because I had those fond memories.
I have super fun memories. Everyone just chilling in one room,
wearing a face mask.
Yeah, wearing a face mask, watching. Oh, what are we watching? The Wabam.
What was that
What
hashtag?
is that from? Wabam. What is that from?
Was it Wabam?
Yeah. Well, what is that?
I don't remember, but we were laughing so hard, trying not to laugh with our face masks on.
Oh my god, we're gonna look that up later. I can't remember now.
It was just so. Like, we tried surfing, which I want to do again.
Yes.
What
else did we just like hung out?
Did we do mini golf? I remember doing mini golf.
We did, yeah.
Okay, this is my thing. That's the one thing we didn't do in Kelowna that I'm kind of sad. That every place I go, I want to do mini golf there.
We can go back.
Okay, we're going back. See you next week.
Go.
Book your flight.
Book my flight.
But that's like every time I go somewhere, I'm like, is there a mini golf? And my friends are like, okay, sure.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, Josh, but sure.
I do want to go back to Tofino with that group, though.
It's fun.
It was fun.
I hear going to Tofino generally anytime is fine, other than like winter, because apparently sometimes even in the summer it still rains.
And yeah, that's true. It's also stupid expensive now.
That's true, because it's such a tourist location. Everyone goes there because of that.
It's stupid expensive.
Wait, I have a question. Have you ever heard of like the abandoned aircraft in Tofino? Have you been? I didn't know until we came back from our trip. I would have totally been like, let's go.
Yeah, there's a new thing now too. They built this new, I guess, bike path. Just all the way down. I think it's from Ucluelet to Tofino. You can just literally bike the whole way. It's really nice. What else is there? They used to have this hike that led to like a net thing. I think they took it down though because like safety and people were partying, which is kind of unfortunate. But
people, come on.
I know. I just want to go and like have fires on the beach. We didn't do that.
We didn't. That's the one thing we did miss.
Yeah.
I don't think we weren't prepared for it. I
No,
think.
we weren't. You were staying in little cabins too.
I was gonna say that we should do it again. I'm sure there's a number of us who would be down to go for a weekend.
We're all making more money.
I mean,
I hope.
I'm not anymore.
Ignoring him.
Yeah.
He can sleep outside.
If anyone would like to sponsor, donate to the Josh Fund, please.
He's jobless right now.
Yeah, I'm jobless right now. Contact me. Can I start a GoFundMe page for my unemployed life?
Unemployment.
But I think it'll be so much fun.
Yeah. There are these little like cabins on Mackenzie Beach that are really cute that I want to stay at, and some of them have hot tubs.
Oh.
Can you imagine a hot tub or looking at the beach?
That'd be really cute. Love it. I'm just not scared of mosquitoes though.
Oh.
We'll just like spray like an aura
stay under the water. Just have your face just like
just our eyes.
Just hey. That'd be so warm. That would be so hot. Oh, speaking of hot.
Have you been enjoying our podcast so far and want to see more content? We have a YouTube channel where we post video episodes as well as other fun games that we play with our guests. Make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on that bell notification. We also have a TikTok where we post funny videos generally related to our traumas and other trend videos. Make sure to follow us on TikTok at RiceWashed Podcast.
Oh, speaking of hot, I don't know why. Okay,
speaking of hot, where are you going with this?
Okay. On the way up to Kelowna, we, I think, kind of drove by Harrison Hot Springs. And I want to go there. Also, Sparkling Hill Resort is apparently very nice. I get discounts there from work.
At Harrison's Hot Springs?
At Sparkling Hill Resort, which is also up in that area somewhere.
So,
we have to go for like a week, 2 weeks.
We have to go when it's not snowing. But when it's cold.
Well, I think Harrison Hot Springs is good for when it's colder.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
We could do that.
I know that Viola and Alex went, and that was like maybe March or something. Like it was right before I came back for spring break. So they enjoyed it. I think I will probably go for like 1 or 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
I think that apparently there's not a lot to do, but I think we could just drive out too, right? Like, and
yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of spas. Like, I feel like we would get bored.
Yeah, we get really bored.
Oh, Mike's over here.
Yeah, sorry, see that again?
I feel like we would get bored at spas.
Mm.
Like, there's only so much lounging in a pool you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like 1 night would be good.
I do want to go to like, we go to Japan.
Mm.
I do want to go to the what they call them. Sorry, Catherine's mouth's just full of McDonald's fries. Was it bathhouse?
The bathhouses.
Yeah, I hear some of them are really nice.
We have to find a co-ed one.
Yeah.
Rosanna and I went to one, and it was one of the Nikki ones. That was interesting. Adventures. Well, yeah, we'll find a co-ed one, and then we can just chill out.
It would be so derpy. But I would love to get like a cool photo. Like, can you imagine just like, oh, my fry!
Not the fries.
I lost a fry.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
He's back.
I'm back. Because I can't talk. But like one of the places I want to get a photo of, you know, like those like giant pools, but they kind of have like an edge.
Like a hot spring? Oh, an infinity pool?
No, like it's like kind of looks like there's like an edge, and you see like just like the ocean or like mountains.
Mm-hmm.
I just want like a photo of the sunset there.
Ooh.
Yeah, with my back.
I feel like LA would be a good place to do that.
I haven't actually been in the States.
In the States?
Like,
you've been to Seattle?
That's it. I haven't gone anywhere else.
Oh, we could do a road trip down to LA.
Road trip number 2.
That's a long drive. Oh, I did that. Well, to San Francisco. That is a long drive.
That is a long drive.
It's a nice drive, though.
Okay, this is what I would do. I would fly to wherever, San Fran, and then I would drive from there.
Honestly, you can just skip Washington. I didn't really like that drive. Oregon is beautiful.
I heard Oregon
Down California coast is beautiful. Washington, I would not have been.
How far is like Oregon from Vancouver?
I think when we drove down, how many days of driving was that? Mike's over here. I keep forgetting.
The mic is in front of you.
It was at least 2 days of driving, like 9 hours.
That's a long time.
At least 2.
We drove
probably
for like 6
3
hours on the way back. Oh
it was a lot of driving. But yeah, we could totally like fly down to Oregon if you want and drive from there, because there's all the like sand dunes. You can go sand dune surfing. Ooh. And it's just so nice. Or we could go to San Francisco and just drive from there.
Because I know that when you like rent a car from like a certain company, you can also drop the car off somewhere else. So I think we can probably do that.
Yeah. Car rentals are expensive.
Us just planning our trips on the podcast. Just come plan our trip with us. Episode.
Yeah, we should go to LA. LA is fun. I enjoy it. We can rent a house that has a pool. Your infinity pool.
I also just feel like, although I lived in the Lower Mainland, I haven't really explored very much of it at all.
Because you were mainly working.
I was mainly just working and also very alone.
We should explore. You gone to Whistler?
I've been when I was in grade 7, but that was only for skiing.
Okay, well we should go up. We should go up there, drive up there, and explore there. We could hike the Chief.
What's the Chief?
That's the one in Squamish. That's just like the big cliff. Yeah.
The only hike I've done is the grouse grind.
I want to do that one. I haven't done that one. Am I gonna die?
I did it actually pretty bad. You
did a bad job.
I did it when I wasn't in the best shape. Yep. So I probably can do it way better now.
Yep.
But it was fine. It's just really like some really pretty steep, like just stairs. It's pretty much just stairs, if I remember correctly.
Is there a gondola to take you down?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Catherine, she's on the gondola.
She's ready.
On.
That's nice. Because on the Chief there isn't. You have to walk back down as well. And it's also like really big steps. They're like...
I think when I've hiked like Mount Doug, Eastwood Park, like Mount Tommy and all that stuff, like when I was a kid and younger. When I was a kid and a teenager. But then like I don't know why, but like think the idea of hiking something scares me. Because I feel like some of the hikes that my friends go on are a lot trickier.
take you on a hike now. Like the ones I take.
Tasha's like just trying to push me out of my comfort zone. We went to a spin class.
This is the second one.
Yeah.
He did very good.
Thank
He
you.
still wasn't wooing. He'll get there.
It was like, how you guys feeling? Everyone's like, woo! And I'm just like...
One time he turned to me, he was just like, ah.
I had to. But it was so much better. Anyways.
It's better.
Catherine's just making me do things I don't want to do.
I can take you on hikes, because I go on those hikes.
How? I'm just scared of going down.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't like going down either.
So my knee.
Yeah, used to be. We can get you hiking poles.
Also, I'm scared because I've had a friend. You know who you are. I think you listen to this. I'm not going to say your name just to put you out there because our friends will laugh at you. Who they went hiking and they went to the hike where like there was snow on the top. I forgot what it was called. It was one of the harder hikes, and then they got lost.
Oh,
and they had to be searched and found.
Really? Really? Oh, it's kind of embarrassing.
Oh. It's funny because he told me that I had snapped him at like 2 a.m. or something. I don't know why. And that was his like reminder to be like, turn off your phone because you're gonna lose your battery.
Was that on the island or on the mainland?
Mainland.
Oh my god.
And so like I helped save his cell phone. Just saying. And but luckily like they were kind of prepared. They had like extra jackets, but it was like freezing cold apparently.
That's so sketchy.
So then he messaged me at like 5 a.m. being like, "Hey, so we got
did you get a
rescued."
free helicopter ride?
I think so.
Nice.
But like, I thought you idiot.
Man, yeah, I've done hikes where there is like snow and ice at the top, and it's sketchy.
Yeah.
Like I even had like spikes and everything, but it's still sketchy.
That's why it's important. I'm speaking from someone who's done no hikes. That is important to like share your location. Mm-hmm. Like if you say, "Oh, I'm gonna go on this mountain," or like you have reception, to share your location a couple times just so people know where you are.
Yeah, just in case. And if you're super worried, get one of those little satellite devices so they can find you. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're expensive though. But if you're like gung ho about it, yeah.
I feel like you are. I feel like you would do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I never go by myself though. I always go with someone else. So if I did go by myself, I probably would.
I would go to one of those hikes if I know there's like a veteran hiker there. Like when I know some of my friends who are like really good hikers, they know what to pack. I know like for example Sherry's really good at it, but like
we could go to one that's like super popular too, so there's lots of people.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen the peaks. They're pretty and very Instagrammable. Do it for the gram.
Hikes like 10 hours. Okay, I got the picture. Go back down.
Gotta change the clothes, wipe my sweat off. Yeah. Oh, actually, another trip that kind of came to mind that I really am fond of is that when I was younger, we went on a cruise. It was with my family, Caleb's family, and Patrick's family, and some other families. And it was so much fun because it's like that's the first cruise that we went on. It was like we had all this free food, we had all this entertainment. I remember went to Alaska, and then fast forward, I went on another cruise right when I graduated high school with my brothers, Christina, Randy, Jason. Yeah, but this time because we were like older. We had so much, like think of there's like 10 of us at a table, and the table's literally stacked of food because
it's all dudes.
South of them literally ordered one of everything. Ugh. So then me and like the sane ones, like Christina and like Matthew, would just be like, "Oh, we'll order like maybe 2 of each or something." But to be fair, like because the cruise that we went on was a little more for old people, everything was closed at like 11.
Could stock up.
Yeah, so we stocked up.
Yeah.
But like it was so much fun. It was like super chill. We like did cooking classes. We did
you did cooking classes on cruise?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, I went to every single one because I thought it was so fun.
Oh.
We learned how to make marzipan, like stuff like that, and whatever. Learned how to make whatever. We did exercise classes. Then we went like when we like docked at places, we just walked.
This is such like an old person thing.
Okay, it was literally called like killer abs or something like that.
Did it kill your abs?
Yeah, it was really hard.
Wow. I
feel like we would just do that every day because we know how much food we're gonna be eating.
Yeah. Is there spin class on the cruise ship?
Maybe. But I would totally go on another cruise if I could.
Yeah, I've thought about it. I've never been super inclined with cruises. I get seasick.
Excuse me.
And I know because some rooms like don't have windows.
Yeah.
That'd be a bad time.
That'd be really bad.
Also, I feel like that would make me anxious.
Actually, Christina and Randy got seasick. I think once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, they had like gravel and all that stuff to help a little bit. They said that it got easier as the trip went on, though.
We doped up on gravel the whole time.
Just super
sleepy.
Yeah,
the whole time.
But they say it got easier as they went on.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family member, like, I know I mentioned, like, we went on these cruises and whatever, but I think most of it was paid for us, which is kind of nice to think about. Nice. But, like, yeah, my parents, my dad is not really a trip person. My mom wants to travel, but we never really had the money to do it, so, yeah.
Now's the time while you still don't have
Now's the time when I still don't have the money, but I'm single. That's the thing
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, let's say you went to Korea, I don't know how much that was, but then you had to bring your whole family?
No, I don't want to.
Do you know how, like, imagine you had, like, you, your partner, and, like, 4 kids. How expensive is that?
It's not expensive. Sorry, kids, you're staying home.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, Josh, can you babysit?
Oh, yeah, for how long? Just a night? Oh, maybe like 2 weeks?
2 weeks! Yeah, I definitely want to travel, not just because of fun, but also to see the world, honestly.
Where's somewhere weird you want to go?
Okay, you know what, to be fair, I think most of the places I want to go to are not that out there. Like, Japan, really Korea, like, Singapore.
A really out there place. I was watching some guy's video and he was in a really weird spot. I can't remember what it's called now. I don't know. I'll think of it.
What's interesting to me that I talked to you about this before, but when I went to Guatemala, like, our mission was our mission trip, was on the outskirts, like, very away from, like, the touristy Guatemala city. So we just see a lot of the poverty and, like, a lot of the hardships that I don't think I would have seen if I went there by myself to Guatemala City. And that's the thing, is like, I feel like although it was eye-opening to me, I don't think I would personally try to go to there by myself.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a bit dangerous.
Even
really
for
dangerous.
You. Yeah, I mean, there were some pretty sketch times.
I'm just imagining your picture there with the machete. Just see you with a machete the whole time. Just.
I mean, we were chased by a guy with a machete. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I think, like, in terms of, like, far off, like, way off, I'm sure that all the places I would go to would be touristy. Unfortunately.
Where would be a weird spot? Let's, like, zoom into a random island.
A random island? Just like, Josh, here you go. Here.
Where is this?
Kathy's looking on her phone at some
Union
places.
Union Banks.
What?
Can you even, like... Okay, I don't even know if you can stay there.
I was going to ask, too, one question is, if you could pick, like, the top 3 places that you want to go to.
Japan. Wait, okay, Japan, for sure. I haven't been to Europe yet.
Same.
So I really want to go to Europe. I don't know where in Europe. Probably Probably Switzerland. Ooh, the Maldives.
Ooh, I've heard those are really, really nice. Maldives.
Yeah, those look so nice.
Yeah.
Probably that. Africa would be crazy to go to.
I agree.
But I don't really know where.
I think I agree with you with Japan. That's actually the one place that all 4 Poon Brothers want to go to.
Could do a Poon Brother trip.
Oh god, that'll be fun, but chaotic at the same time.
We'll go to Yemen.
What?
Yemen. The legit desert.
I literally have not heard of that place.
It looks really hot there.
I'll probably die. I'll go to Japan. I want to go to Iceland. That's a really nice, like, really. I've heard Iceland's really nice.
Yeah.
And then probably actually Taiwan. I've heard so many good things about Taiwan. And then Korea will probably be the next one.
Might as well just, like, skip over.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm, like, planning to go to Taiwan anyways. So just if I can. But
if it's close,
yeah,
might as well.
Might as well. It's cheaper.
I need more money for this.
So if you'd like to sponsor our trips, yeah.
Emirates, if you want to.
Can you imagine if they like gave us a trip to go on a trip?
I keep seeing like YouTubers videos of them being like, come with me on a flight to Emirates, and it's like a whole room.
Can you imagine?
And you
it'll
can,
be
like,
the size of like my car. That'll be so much fun.
I'm over here in economy, just
Actually, my life goal is to be in like first class. Like, who wants in my life?
That happened to me once on Fluke.
But it wasn't like a room.
It wasn't like that's like more than first class. I feel like.
What's that like?
It was nice. So you get in before everyone else.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, and they offer you like drinks and stuff while everyone's still waiting to board. The seats are really cushy. They're like big seats, and then you just get like nice meals. Like we got a full-on breakfast because it was a morning flight.
Yeah,
full-on breakfast, and it was only like a 45-minute flight, which is kind of short, but still nice.
I would love to get a first class experience to like a 15-hour flight or something.
I think that'd be so worth it. Because I've done that flight to the Philippines in economy, and it's not.
Yeah. Do you remember my story on the flight to Hong Kong on the way back from Hong Kong?
No.
Where a couple things. One, someone had durian on the flight, so he opened up a thing of durian, and the whole plane just smelled. I know. I don't think that's allowed. Second, one of the kids in front of me decided to just pee in a bottle in front of me, and it smelled really bad. The person in front of me decided to just back his seat up and like lean back, literally just like right here to my face. And I'm like, okay, sir, please move. And I was like, couldn't sleep because of those three things that happened throughout the flight.
It was a really stinky flight.
It was a really stinky, uncomfortable flight. So I can just imagine the luxury of first class.
Big seat, full meals.
No durian.
No durian. There might be. You never know.
Oh no, please! It was like it was really funny because as like the flight attendant went out to the person, it's like, "Hey, can you please put that away? It's really stinky." I see like another flight attendant on the other side with like Febreze, just like down the aisle.
Subtly, like
it was so good. But yeah, that's our dream places.
Wow, I'm sure there's more that I haven't even thought of.
We did like I'm editing it, but like a little mini vlog.
Can we talk about how bad we are at vlogging? We're not used to it, and we don't remember to actually film when we're doing things.
So like we were driving, I'm like, Catherine, sign. She like get her phone, and it's too late.
And we'd like leave somewhere and be like, oh, we should have recorded that.
Yeah, or we should have recorded this, and then it's fine.
We're
just
learning.
Probably a short little thing, but it was fun.
We're learning.
Yeah. We're still new to this influencer life.
Noobs.
This influencer life with no money.
No money. What are we influencing? No one.
We're not influencing anybody. But yeah, I hope we get to do more trips. And I feel like next time we go on a road trip, we'll hopefully be better prepared for our vlogs.
Hopefully have more time.
Oh yeah, and more time
to actually do stuff.
It's a very short trip.
Yeah.
Kelowna. But Kelowna, we'll see you again, I'm sure, in the future.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Oh, wait. Bye. Why did I say peace? Want to support our podcast in a different way? We have a Patreon. On our Patreon, we have exclusive content for our patrons, including funny videos, bloopers, extra videos, vlogs. So if you would like to become a patron, you can become one at patreon.com/RiceWashed podcast. A huge shout out to our patrons, Young and Aaron. We really appreciate your support. We hope you enjoyed this episode this week. See you next time.